In 2025, scientists didn't just make discoveries. They uncovered things they weren't prepared to explain. A black hole with no star. Life surviving without sunlight. Structures inside the human brain that don't appear in any medical textbook. These are not theories. They are confirmed signals, maps, and observations. And together, they suggest something unsettling. For decades, black holes were thought to be prisoners. Locked inside galaxies. Chained to massive stars. Predictable. In 2025, that assumption quietly collapsed. Astronomers detected gravitational distortions. With no visible source. No star. No system. No orbit. Just mass. A black hole. Moving alone. These so-called rogue black holes aren't theory anymore. They bend light. They alter star paths. They leave scars in space-time itself. And the disturbing part isn't their existence. It's their number. Some estimates suggest there could be millions of them. Wandering through our galaxy. Invisible. Undetectable until they pass close enough to affect something we can still see. Including us. If one passes through a star system, it wouldn't announce itself. No explosion. No warning. Just gradual distortion. Planets drifting. Orbits failing. Systems unraveling. We used to believe space was mostly empty. Now we're realizing it may be crowded. With things we can't see. Until it's already too late. Life, as we understood it, had one absolute rule. Sunlight. Photosynthesis. Energy. Growth. In 2025, that rule stopped being universal. Deep beneath the ocean. And far below the reach of light. Scientists discovered ecosystems that don't rely on the sun at all. Life powered by chemistry. By pressure. By heat from the planet itself. Entire food chains. Feeding on reactions inside the Earth. No light. No oxygen as we know it. No resemblance to surface life. And yet, they thrive. This isn't just a deep-sea curiosity. It changes everything about where life can exist. If life doesn't need a sun, then planets without stars are no longer dead worlds. Moons. Subsurface oceans. Dark environments once dismissed as lifeless. Suddenly, the universe looks far more alive than we ever imagined. And that raises an uncomfortable question. If life can exist anywhere, how isolated have we really been? Europa looks frozen. A solid shell of ice, locked in eternal cold, orbiting Jupiter. But beneath that ice, something is moving. In 2025, refined magnetic and thermal data confirmed what scientists long suspected. A global ocean. Not a lake. Not pockets of water. An ocean deeper than all Earth's oceans combined. Kept liquid by gravitational stress. Warmed by forces we can't see, but can measure. Cracks in the ice periodically open. Water erupts upward. Materials from below reach the surface. Meaning, what's down there is trying to escape. This isn't science fiction. These are measurable plumes. Chemical signatures. Repeating patterns. Europa isn't frozen silence. It's a sealed world. And if life exists there, it's been evolving. Independent of Earth. For billions of years. Not waiting to be discovered. Just waiting to be exposed. The human brain is the most studied object in medical history. Or so we thought. In 2025, ultra-high resolution imaging revealed structures that don't appear in any classical anatomy. Not damage. Not artifacts. Repeating formations. Symmetrical. Purposeful. Networks that don't behave like neurons. These structures don't fire. They don't transmit signals. They regulate timing, synchronization, perception thresholds. Almost like filters. We've mapped function. We've mapped behavior. But this suggests there may be layers of cognition we don't consciously access. Mechanisms that decide what reaches awareness and what never does. Which leads to a disturbing idea. We may not experience reality directly. Only a version of it. Approved by systems we've only just discovered. Some discoveries don't fit a category. In 2025, multiple research teams reported anomalies that individually seem unrelated, but together form a pattern no one wants to name. Measurements that change depending on how they're observed. Systems that behave differently once they're mapped. Data that stabilizes only when no one looks too closely. This isn't about quantum mechanics. Not entirely. It's as if observation itself is interfering at a fundamental level. Reality responding to awareness. Scientists are careful. Terminology is restrained. Reports are neutral. But between the lines, the implication is clear. We may be inside a system that reacts to being understood. And the more accurately we observe it, the less predictable it becomes. The question isn't what this discovery is. It's what happens when we finally acknowledge it. These discoveries don't point to answers. They point to limits of perception, of understanding, of certainty. And maybe the most unsettling realization is this. Reality didn't change in 2025. We simply became aware of how little of it we were ever meant to see.